Hello, Items here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Let's continue. It was less about the pain of not being able to breathe, so much as it was choking so hard I felt like I was going to throw up. It felt like my stomach was going to turn itself inside out, but I could only endure it. Damn it, damn it, damn it! My throat hurts. I won't let go. I can't let go. I didn't want to be here. I wanted to resolve this and go back to Tokyo. Go back to Tokyo and talk to Yuki. All about our unborn child. We were going to talk about our bright future. I had no intention of loosening my grip. However, loosened just a bit and the man's leg came free. The man kicked as hard as possible and I tumbled backwards. My head was spinning and I was unable to get up right away. No, I couldn't even put any strength into getting up in the first place. Even so, I couldn't back down. If I let him escape now, this chance would never come again. Even just catching their scent was nothing short of a miracle. If he weren't able to get the minister's grandson back here, there wouldn't be another chance. If the man tried to drag the boy to his feet, the kid was displaying some unexpected resistance, allowing me to get up unnoticed. I grasped for a rock the man had just beat me over the head with. Now it's my turn. Yes. Allowing you to get up unnoticed, so that you can shout and make yourself noticed again. The rock should be able to supplement what meager strength I had left, adding more than enough power to my attack. I also remember hearing something though that like grunts and all do actually make you stronger, somewhat, or allow you to do like harder stuff. Anyway, ignore me. My fist still wrapped around the rock, dug into the side of the man's torso. It seems like it hurt him quite a bit. The man rolled around for a bit, clutching his side. Freed from the man's grip, the boy hid behind me. To the boy, those were the words he was waiting for most. But the crisis was still not over. That was because even though he was still clutching at his side, the man had gotten up again and had taken a fighting stance. I could see in the man's eyes the resentment of the pain I had caused him, and the confidence that he could still beat me. Yeah, if he were to clash head on again, he might not even stop if my head was split open. Pull the gun. The man reacted adversely to the word reinforcements. That was because he now knew that arguing like this wasn't just a waste of time, but put him closer and closer to danger. Realizing that, the man shifted mental gears almost too quickly. Tell the boy to run. No. What the man pulled from his back pocket was of all things, a gun. Of course, I'm a police officer. It's not like I don't know what a gun is, but having one pointed at me was something I'd never experienced before. Was it real? Of course it was. There's no way it would be a replica in a situation like this. As long as he still held that gun, no matter how much I yelled at him, I was at a distinct disadvantage. But I still had a fighting chance. If I were in his shoes, instead of wasting time yelling at each other like this, I would just shoot him and take the boy. That way was the fastest, and would suppress any sort of further resistance from him. But the man was demanding my surrender without having fired a shot. meaning that he either didn't want to shoot or couldn't. In other words, the man in front of me was soft. If I could buy even just a little more time, the factors that would lead to my victory were numerous. Oishi was probably on his way, and the reinforcements we called for before coming here should be well on their way too. Yeah, he's totally on his way, and not losing to the other guy. Not only that, they should have contacted the local police box. Without a doubt, somebody stationed in the village would be here much quicker than that.
くそ誰が撃たれなきゃこいつの怖さがわからねえかよどうせ逃げられやしない無駄に罪を重ねるな
At that moment, I heard rustling of foliage and heavy footsteps approaching. If Oishi was coming here, it would be a whole new ballgame. A man couldn't have more than one gun.
おいさん
It's not going to be, it's going to be the other guy, isn't it?
ここですここです
I'd thought that time was on my side, but I'd failed to even imagine that the enemy could also have reinforcements. You could tell the man who had just appeared was one of the perpetrators just by looking at him.
何しよってんねはよせんとな警官来るんでなん油うっとんしゃんくそ大石さんはどうしたってんだあああんの樽男かいね落としたったら泡吹いとんよ
Yeah. If he gets an opportunity though, where like he can get a tree or something between him and the other guy, he can pull his own gun. That probably won't present itself.
大石さんがくそ
The boy, sensitive to the impending danger, curled up behind my back. How could this be? Damn it.
期待してた相方は来ないってよざまあねえぞ観念するのはてめえの方だ
As I backed up against a large tree while still protecting the boy, the second man also pulled out a gun.
2回しか言わんね頭抱えてそこにうつ伏せになるんよ断る
As I shouted in protest, blood erupted from my left shoulder. It took a few moments to register that I had been shot. Compared to the ones from the movies and TV dramas, the first actual gunshot I heard was simple and mundane. In fact, the sound was more akin to the small fireworks I used to buy from the corner store as a kid. There was no comparing the pain. It was a fear you knew only after you've been shot. The boy, in his confusion, tugged at my clothes, agitating the wound even further. I wanted to put on a bold face and reassure him, but my voice was hoarse and had the opposite effect.
大丈夫すでに応援は要請してあるんだすぐに警官隊が駆けつけてくれる警官が来る前にお前ん額にもっぱつくれちゃる方が早いんね無駄な殺生すなっちゅう本家に言われとんか加減しとんあんまりなめとんと容赦せんとよ
This was bad. It was very, very bad. This second man was a completely different beast than the first. He had no signs of indecisiveness or mercy. If this man said he'd shoot, he'd shoot. He wasn't somebody that a man like me could buy time from. I really hated to admit it, but at that moment, the image of Yuki's smiling face crossed the back of my mind. I knew what that meant. I was warning myself not to throw my life away over a matter of pride. Of course I didn't want to die here. I was just starting a new life with Yuki, and I wanted to see the face of our soon-to-be-born child. Why should I risk my life for some minister's grandson when I was at such a critical juncture in my own life? Ah, damn it. I need to stop rambling at myself. So what do I do now? Give up the boy and extend my own life? What a good idea! Everybody's life is precious. My own life was in danger. Nobody would blame me. Ah, god damn it, it hurts. It hurts. If I'd known it would be this painful, I wouldn't have played the tough guy. My biggest miscalculation, though, was that the sound of a gunshot was far quieter than I had imagined. If it was only that loud, it would be drowned out by the rain of the forest. It wasn't something that somebody far away could hear.
くそ待てよ待ってくれよ死にたくないよあんこっちだって死なせとうない分かればええん分かれば撃つなよ撃つなよ帰りを待ってる妻がいるんだ死にたくないんだよ叫ばんとでも撃たんねおとなしい頭抱えてうつ伏せになったら撃たんだるね本当だろうな本当だろうな約束は守れよ絶対だぞ男と男の約束だぞ守ったんだ男と男の約束しやよ守れよ守れよじゃあうつ伏せになるからななるからな約束守るんだから銃を向けるのやめろよやっぱ撃つ気なんだろ撃つ気なんだろ俺が撃つついになったら後頭部を撃つ気なんだろ撃たんね撃たんねわーったしまってる銃はしまってる男と男の約束しやねえどんねこれなら文句ないんてねえ極めて文句ないですよ
I had a feeling something like that might happen. It was over in a flash. The moment he lowered his gun, Oishi didn't let his chance slip by. Oishi had been assessing the situation for quite some time behind the two men, but since they had their guns trained on me, he didn't really have a chance to jump in. Seeing the look on Oishi's face indicating that he wanted me to create an opening, I took on that role completely. Oishi forcefully lifted the arm that was holding the gun. He then took the gun from the man's hand and in only an instant. The other man, who was a bit slow in grasping what was happening, pointed his gun at them, but with his ally grappling with Oishi, he couldn't pull the trigger. If that man was the one that was wrestling with Oishi at the moment, he might have shot without hesitation. But this man wouldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot. Oishi kicked the other man away while aiming the stolen gun with his left hand, pulling out his own. With guns akimbo, he was aiming at both men at the same time. It was perfectly played. But, heedless of the guns pointed at them, the men shouted, "Scram!" as they scattered away at full speed. It was over in an instant. Those two running away without putting up a fight was honestly unexpected. Oishi, quietly clicking his tongue in admonishment, slipped both guns into his pants pockets.
あいつらもよく知ってるな。
何をですか
逃げてる背中を警官は撃てませんからね。私も退職金が惜しいもんで。
Oishi and I grinned at each other.
君が犬飼俊樹君？犬飼検察大臣のお孫さん？
はい。
こりゃでかい事件になるかな。どうせトカゲの尻尾切りになるんでしょうけどね。
Oishi smiled amusedly. The fact that the Onikafuchi Defense Alliance, or rather the Sonozaki family behind them, was pulling the strings was apparent. Proving it wouldn't be easy. And, with apologies to Oishi, this incident was unlikely to go public. If this caused an uproar, it would obviously lead to the minister losing his office. With HQ having decided that doing so was in the national interest, this would probably be cleaned up quietly. It might be a rough way of saying it, but if this was born in the shadows, it was going to die in the shadows. Oishi probably already understood the implications behind this incident.
とにかく非常線を張らせましょう。連中まだ一丁は拳銃を持ってるようですからね。それから犬飼君を保護して赤坂さんはすぐに病院に行かないと。
As the tension in the situation faded, the pain from the gunshot wound in my shoulder blossomed once again. My forehead was also stinging painfully and had grown hot enough to start a fire. Thinking that the tension had caused me to sweat, I wet my forehead, but what came off was a large amount of blood. I realized that my shirt had been stained bright crimson from the blood flowing from my head. I turned around. The boy was safe and sound, without a doubt. There would probably be an investigation on the men who ran, but that was for another day. At this point in time, I could safely say we had cleared the major hurdle of securing the boy's safety. As soon as I recognized that, it felt like the lights in my head had been hit by a power failure. My knees buckled from underneath me. The ground there was feeling as soft as a cloud. It didn't feel unpleasant, even when I was covered in the rain-soaked mud. Oishi came closer, asking if I was okay, but somehow I couldn't tell. I turned off a switch to the last light in my head. The exhaustion enveloped me. Sleep. Something softer than any blanket wrapped around me. So, end of a chapter, I'm guessing, but keep in mind that the first, the beginning started, new tip, beginning started with him being in an airport years later. Mission accomplished. A very kind person. Patients admitted to the hospital can only accept calls at fixed times. That's why she wouldn't be receiving a call from him today. Yesterday she had teased him that he'd got lonely easily, so he might have struggled with the idea of calling her sooner. That was much easier to imagine, rather than he might just be too busy to call. Because he's just that type of person. Yuki, whispering that, smiled to herself. The announcement that visiting hours were over played over the hospital intercom, along with some music. She exchanged pleasantries with the family of the patient that was staying in the same room as her. Probably eager for his mother to be discharged, the small child was wearing a beaming smile. That child's mother was pregnant in the bed next to mine, with what may be their new brother or sister. They were probably ready to burst with the expectations, dreams, and worries of having a new sibling. The joys of a growing family. Bathing in those warm feelings, I stroked my own belly, which had grown quite large. I had talked with him about how many children we wanted to have. We talked about if we had 3, it would certainly be lively. However, there was the inescapable worry of whether I would be able to handle giving birth that many times.
でもそんなことを不安に思って出産を嫌う母なんていないですものね。
Yuki, smiling as she said that to herself, gently stroked her stomach. The Metropolitan Public Safety Division. A place where that man's sense of justice had led him. That person was actually a very gentle, very fragile person. He didn't talk much about the specifics, but I didn't think he was suited for the assignment he was on right now. But, as long as he said he was going to try his best, I would watch over him warmly.
あなたのお父さんはね、とっても頑張り屋さんなのよ。くちょくちょくちょくちょ。
Yuki seemed to be enjoying herself as she talked to her own belly. At that moment, Yuki suddenly became concerned about something and looked out the window. It used to be this time, long ago. She remembered that when she was little, around this time in the countryside where her grandmother lived, the Higurashi would fill the air with their chorus. This was the middle of Tokyo. Unlike in the countryside, you couldn't hear the song of the Higurashi. But for some reason, at that moment, Yuki felt that she wanted to hear that song. Is she perhaps from the area? Like, near Himatsubushi, perhaps? By some coincidence? Okay, well, let's continue with the main story, I guess. That was my first time losing consciousness. Nonsense, you've lost consciousness plenty of times when you go to sleep. You often hear of regaining consciousness on top of a bed, but this was my first time actually experiencing it.
もしもし、大丈夫ですか?
Realizing that I was awake, the young doctor called out to me. I didn't intend to respond, but it seems my body language had told him I was conscious. My head was wrapped in bandages. The scratches all over my body had also been treated. My sense of pain also returned with my consciousness, causing me to groan from the intense pain shooting all throughout me.
起きないで横になっていてください。頭をだいぶ殴られたようですからね。24時間は特に安静にして容体を見守りたいところです。
ここは
私の診療所です。入江と申します。よろしく。
I remember this young doctor was one of the car headed the opposite way earlier.
誰かいませんか？大石さんは。
あ、呼んできましょう。診療所の中は禁煙なんで、表で吸ってもらってるんです。
Of course. Dr. Iri left the room to go call Oishi. The scenery outside the window was tinted with gold. The pouring rain had stopped, and with the voices of Higurashi heralding the cooling temperature, I felt that the tone of the Higurashi was comforting. Eventually I could hear heavy footsteps coming closer, which I reckoned to be Oishi's. The fog that was enveloping my head slowly faded back to reality. What had happened since then? What had happened to the boy? What about the reinforcements from Tokyo? The door to the room flew open, allowing Dr. Iri and Oishi to enter.
じゃあ命に別状はないんでしょ？
ないとお約束はできません。頭に受けた傷は初見だけでは判断が危険なのです。
わかりましたわかりました。ちょいと彼と二人で話がしたいんですが、よろしいですかね？
ええ、どうぞ。何かありましたらお呼びください。
Oishi, after basically forcing Dr. Iri outside, shut the door.
いかがですかお具合は？
慣れないことをしたんで全身がボロボロです。
Oishi brought over a folding chair that was leaning against the wall and sat down beside the bed.
犯人たちは逮捕されましたか？
残念ながら。とっくに県外へ逃げたか、村人にかくまわれているかのどちらかでしょうね。まあ、逃がしゃしませんが。
大臣の孫は？
署で保護しています。ただ、東京のあなたのご同僚から一切の聴取は取るなと釘を刺されたらしいですよ。しげちゃんが憤慨してましたっけ？
The kidnapping was a confidential matter, so his custody was also probably being kept under wraps. How the kidnapping of the minister's grandson would be handled, how it would be covered up, treated like it never happened, would be handled by the brass. If this case ended without the nation going into an uproar about it, then our job had been done. The possibility that the minister had negotiated with the perpetrators couldn't be ruled out, but something like that was no longer of my concern. My role in this case was over.
ご迷惑をおかけします。公安ってやつはいやらしいところだって思ってるでしょ。
思いません思いません。お互い日の丸から給金もらって仕事してるだけですよ。
Oishi laughed boisterously. When we first met, I was somewhat prejudiced against Oishi, but now that feeling was gone completely.
今回の事件、隠さないで大事にしてくれた方がこっちは都合がいいんですけどね。そうすれば黒幕の園崎本家に少しは迫れるんですが、まあ適当に迫ったところで圧力がかかるんでしょうがね。やれやれです。
大石さんは園崎本家に今後も戦いを？
まさか。いろいろと黒い噂こそ絶えませんがね。園崎家に恨みがあるわけじゃありませんので、君子危うきに近寄らない方がいいんですよ。 ね。
Oishi laughed happily, and I couldn't help but laugh along.
あ、そうだそうだ。さっき県警から署に連絡があったそうです。あなたのご同僚が名古屋に到着したそうで、今車でこちらへ向かっているそうです。あなたは名誉の負傷ですから、東京へ引き上げだそうですよ。そんなわけです。はあ、お疲れ様でした。あなたの沖宮での仕事は無事終了です。
I was being recalled to Tokyo. I inadvertently breathed a sigh of relief when I heard those words.
大石さんのご協力に深く感謝します。あなたに支払った協力金は無駄にはなりませんでしたね。
あら、冗談のつもりだったんだけどな。
Oishi took out his wallet, casually pulled out several large bills, and jammed them into the breast pocket of my shirt.
これは協力金の返済じゃないですよ。私からあなたへのお小遣いです。この辺は地酒がうまいんでね。東京へのお土産にこいつで買っていくといいでしょ
Oishi flashed me a grin.
う。もしもあなたの傷が軽いようなら、東京へ帰る前にぜひ声をかけてくださいよ。おやつさんも佐藤さんもぜひあなたともう一度卓を囲みたいと言ってましたからね。
やれやれ。参ったな。
今度はこっちも小細工抜きです。純粋に楽しもうじゃないですか。
よく言いますよ。現職の警官があんなに濃い様ができるなんて世も末です。
私どもとね、対等以上に撃てるメンツにはなかなかお会いできないもんです。あなたが東京に帰るのが惜しいですよ。
When I heard the words going back to Tokyo from Oishi, I was reminded once again that I was relieved from my duties. Soon, Yuki would be giving birth. It might still be possible to attend the delivery I had at one time given up on. When I thought that, the pain from my injuries became trivial. I wanted to hurry back to Tokyo and see Yuki at once.
少し傷が重いふりをして沖宮にしばらく滞在しません？いいお店をいろいろ紹介しますよ。もちろんおごれなんて言いません。
Just most of it, right?
申し訳ないですが、それはまたの機会にします。妻の出産日が近いんでね。早く帰りたいんです。
ありゃりゃ。あ、それは知らなかった。それじゃあこんなとこにいちゃいけない。早く帰らないといけません。
For a while after that, Oishi asked all sorts of questions about my wife, teasing and bantering with me.
さて、具合はどうです？おきれいそうですか？
ええ、おかげさまで悪くないです。立って歩いても全然平気ですよ。
Famous last words? Oh. I stood up and shuffled around for a bit, which seemed to amuse Oishi.
いえいえ、ひなみ沢の病院では落ち着かないでしょうと思いまして。入江の先生は一晩泊まらせたいみたいなこと言ってますが、犯人もまだ捕まってませんし、一応ここはあなたにとっては敵地になりますからね。
この病院は安全ではないということですか？
I just had a thought. With Rika saying that he would regret it, does he, rather than anything specifically happening to him or to his wife, perhaps he just barely misses out on the birth which he would have come across if he had left when Rika told him that he should.
まあ、入江の先生も多少は社会的信用のあるお人です。ここにいる限りは何もないとは思いますが、赤坂さんの気分的にめいらないかという方が問題ですね。
I'd relaxed a bit now that things had progressed this far, but it was exactly as Oishi had said. When I realized that this was enemy territory, I suddenly felt uncomfortable. With the only thing left for me to do was leaving, the chance that I would come to harm was logically fairly low. But that didn't mean I was completely safe.
そうですね。横になっているだけならホテルのベッドでも同じな気がします。
そうでしょう、そうでしょう。私もその方がいいと思います。
At that moment, I caught a glimpse of a clock over Oishi's shoulder. It was the evening. The hours when I could call Yuki at the hospital were almost over. I wanted to tell her as quickly as possible that I would soon be back to her side.
ちょっと雪江の病院に電話してきます。ロビーに公衆電話とかはありませんか？
新婚さんはそういうの豆だな。確か会計の脇にあったと思います。ここで待ってますから、行ってらっしゃい、行ってらっしゃい。
On that note, I wanted to here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments, and until next time, see ya.